Quakers were very, from the start, or very near the start, very concerned with the poor. First of all, it was their own poor, and the wealthier Quakers took very good care to support the poorer ones amongst them. And this really spread very widely, and the Quaker communities, wherever they had the ability, became very concerned with the poorer people of all sorts, of whatever religion. And so charity was a very central part of things. And that, if you ask an average person what they know about Quakers, they did something, they were very good in they did wonderful things in the famine, and they're very good. So we deny the very good, we accept the wonderful things in the famine. The famine support was very interesting, and but it was very real. I think one of the reasons, well, there were two reasons for that the Quakers got involved, or maybe three. One was their general charitable outlook, and they had been they're best known for what happened in the Great Famine, but there were plenty of famines before that, and the Quakers were very involved in helping people then. The Great Famine, there were nothing like enough Quakers to get involved, but because they were neither Protestant nor Catholic, there are heaps of stories in the famine about superism. Apparently most of those are fiction, but there were certainly went around that the Protestants wouldn't help a famine person unless they'd changed to Protestantism and so on. But then the integrity, the honesty, honest dealings and so on, and what it resulted in was an awful lot of the money coming from other countries was directed to the Quakers, because the Quakers established themselves as being a very trustworthy and acceptable organisation. Now, one of the leading lights of that was a very remarkable man, Jonathan Pym. He was a Dubliner, and the Pym family were amazing entrepreneurs. Another close relative was Joshua Pym, who set up Pym's department store, which apparently was the first department store in Ireland, if not wider. Jonathan Pym was one of the chief organisers of famine relief, and he went on to become a member of Parliament. A lot of Quakers would not go into Parliament because politics, it's very, very difficult to be completely open and to be an effective politician. And a lot of Quakers, because they felt they couldn't keep up their personal integrity and be politicians. So many didn't. Quite a few did. Jonathan Pym was truly amazing. He a leader of famine relief. He then went on, and he apparently was one of the principal movers of land reform, the reform of land ownership, which had occurred in Ireland. Pym was one of the leaders in that. And you find him doing very, very busy political life, also running his business, and then you look at the minute books and you find he was up to the teeth in organising Quakers too. quite an amazing person. But charity was a big thing, and then the belief, as I mentioned, in education, and again, as with the with charity and helping people on. You started with the fellow Quakers, but if there was any possibility, you looked further and wider. And so Quakers in the Liberties, among other, they established a free school for poor children, and similar thing. And then the Quakers were behind the establishment of the Liberty Creche, which apparently was the first creche in the country, and it was developed there to make it possible for mothers to go out and earn money, whereas previously they had to stay at home and look after the children because there was nobody else to do it, and so they couldn't earn anything. And so the Liberty Creche enabled that, and of course was copied right, left and centre. We have volumes and volumes and volumes of records of the Liberty Creche.